Okay. So a couple of things. One, I'm telling Carrie and everybody on the recording, Erin and I are going to alternate this week and probably going forward, Erin. We haven't really talked further, but I think it makes sense. Like going forward, I will run 2B group this week. Erin will run lift this week, and then we'll just kind of keep flip flopping back and forth for both groups. Most people are in both groups, but not everybody's in both groups, kind of thing. So we want to make sure that we're still like adding value and content, and splitting the duties, I think, makes us each a little more intentional, but also keeps us both like mindset in each one. So we're going to make sure that that happens. So to be group this week, I'm going to kind of follow, I think, sort of the Rachel Hollis mindset stuff going on this week. I think I read in the email, it said something about, I'm going to have to pull it up. I want to say it said something about choices, or they had a theme, and I was like, okay, we can just carry that right into this because it fits. Let me look real quick. It said,
Yeah.
sorry. Let's see. Habits. Talks about habits, how to change bad habits and how to adopt good ones. So I thought that would be kind of our focus.
Oh, good.
Just something that I feel like we line up really well with a lot of the things they do, and I'll make it our own. But that's kind of going to be the focus this week. We'll kind of just follow suit, sort of my thought. And then the other thing, oh, I know what I was, okay, so, sorry, I'm just going to open up my notes here. So this week, so on Sunday Night Calls, Gary, generally something that we try to talk about is some sort of mindset piece of 2B mindset, some sort of intention for the week, celebrate successes, talk about where we struggled, what can we do differently this week, sort of thing. So one of the things I want to have you guys do, all three of us, is sort of, and anybody on the replay, you can do this too. So think about over the last week. So last Monday, all the way back to last Monday, I want you to take a look at how your week went. So Monday through Sunday, the last 7 days, how did that look for you? What were the days that were really good? Usually we don't want to like go back to those bad days and look back and be like, oh, I don't want anything to do with that day. I want to just forget it. But instead of forgetting it, I want you guys to think about if you've had a day like that, identify what could you have done differently? What sort of self-care habit did you skip? Because there's usually a correlation there. And if there is, identify it and think about this week, what could I do differently? And then the other piece to that is if you had a really good day, kind of take a minute to break down and examine, like, what did I do right that day that set me up to feel super good about that week or that particular day. So I kind of did mine earlier, but I haven't made it all the way through it. But one of the things that I noticed that I did really well this week was getting up at the same time every single day and going to the bed at the same time every single day. I did that like for a week consecutively, and that for me makes such a huge difference. I still struggle with my phone, like Erin and I have talked about this so many times about having. That looks so good what you're drinking, by the way.
It's just seltzer with raspberry and lemon.
It looks delicious. It looks fancy.
So good. That's my alternative to wine tonight.
I love it. You made it pretty too. So anyway, let's take a minute and kind of peek back, and then we can kind of like chat through that. So I know for me, let me open up my, Erin, your face went away.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
It's because my tracker is on my phone.
Oh yeah, good call. Okay. Okay. So this is the other thing I really noticed for myself. On Wednesday, it was rest day, and I don't think I'll be taking an intentional rest day anymore without getting up and doing something physical too, because I felt like garbage all day long. I just didn't feel like I think there's a lot of value in resting, don't get me wrong, but I felt like, I don't know, my morning just didn't start the way I like it to. I didn't feel like I took that time for myself. So I think this week, one of the things I really need to do differently is on Wednesday, I need to get up and do like yoga or something like that, something to move and kind of signal my body because that just like all day long. And then I was pissy in the evening with my family and my husband. I'm like, ooh, I don't really like myself. Same with Saturday and Sunday. Like, I almost just think I don't care if it's a walk around the block, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't need to be super physical, but I need to like signal myself. So those are a couple of the things for me that the other thing I did right was like on Tuesday, I sat down and did things like I planned my Instagram posts for the week. That
Nice.
helped a ton alleviate a lot of things. I I've been trying to like pick up my like a book that um isn't like PD at night. I get all my personal development done in the morning, and that's like what I do while I shower and put makeup on and that kind of stuff. But um, in the evening, I'm trying to read like a mindless book so that I struggle to wind down. Like my brain is so fast, so it kind of brings me back down. So anyway, those are a couple of mine. You guys want to share some of your
Nice.
thoughts?
Yeah. Carrie, do you want to go or you want me to go?
Sure. Yeah. I think for me, this past week has been much better in terms of self-care and just doing stuff for me and like fun things. Erin knows I have a toddler. I work full time, so it's
You work like 100
usually
hours a week.
What do you
start
do?
to finish. I work in suicide prevention, so I actually work at the same organization as Erin, but just a different project. And there's just not, there's just a lot that's always going on. So I generally feel pretty busy and maxed out. But like Monday, we're doing family photos up in Maine next Sunday. And I've been stressing about like I have nothing to wear. Like Ethan has his clothes and I have nothing that matches. Like so I actually went shopping and like took myself out to lunch this Monday, which I haven't done in a really long time. So that, and then just like we did date night. We like took advantage of one of Erin's babysitters and went out last night. So that was really nice. And I did make more time for like walks during work. So I used to take walks like at lunchtime during work all the time until recently. And now I'm just in so many meetings. I'm usually in like 4+ hours of meetings usually a day. So that part had become really hard to do, but I did prioritize that this past week. And I just happened to have a little bit more time to do that. So I can't always make that work, but I'm going to try to be better with that. And this week I did that pretty well. So those were good. Though I was definitely really hungry this week. I don't know what was up, but I just needed a lot of so, and then obviously this weekend I just like, let it go. So
I appreciate your comment about trying to find the outfit. That's my other job. I am a professional photographer. So
yeah.
it's I hear that a lot. It's very stressful to try to coordinate everybody.
Yeah.
Feel good about it. And
we haven't done family photos since Ethan was like 10 days old. So and I bet we probably won't do them again for a little while. So I think I'm just putting more pressure on them than they probably need to have. But they're with one of our friends. So my husband, one of his friends from high school, is going to be doing them. She's really great photographer. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That's cool. I love hearing
Yeah.
people do that. It's so important to do. I always tell families, like, obviously you already have this figured out, but mom's outfit gets picked first because mom has to feel good. And then you coordinate everybody around mom.
Yeah. No, Ethan, like, he's such a rough and tumble little toddler that I don't get him dress clothes usually. So he has like one nice dress shirt. So it's going to be that. And now we'll all work around him.
There you go. Good stuff. Cool. All right. How about you, Erin?
Sorry, I'm logged in twice because my phone stopped working. So anyway, now I'm on my laptop, but I'm back. So I missed the last part of yours, Carrie, so I'm sorry. But things that went well for me this week. So I picked up a book a couple of weeks ago too, Carrie, and so I have been trying to turn my phone actually completely off and not use it as an alarm clock for the morning. So like 8 p.m. phone is off. And wind down time happens, and so whether I watch a show with Topher, but by 9 o'clock I'm in bed and I'm reading the book, and it's actually been really great for helping with my goals around wanting to finish more novels, like fiction novels, just for fun. So sorry, this is driving me crazy. The reflection in my glasses. So that's been really fun to get that done. And it also has really helped with getting to bed on time. Unfortunately, Hattie's been having like middle of the night wake ups. And so I think what I decided to do was, I know, instead of prioritizing waking up at 6 a.m. because she crawls in my bed at like 2:30, I take her back to her room. She comes back at 4:30. So I'm like up the last half of my night. Forget it. When 6 a.m. comes around, I'm like, I can't. So I've been adjusting my hours and at work. So I'm going down to 60% time at work, and that's allowing some additional time for focus on, what I'm doing around coaching, and then also getting my own personal workouts in early in the morning, just not at 6 or 6:30. So that's been good. Like I've been really excited about the early bedtime and the wind down, all of that kind of stuff. This last week has been all about celebrations. We had our anniversary, had a good friend's birthday. Just it's October. Like I feel like I'm falling into the it's just one cider donut, or like, it's just one pumpkin spice latte.
Me too, girl. Me too. You are not alone.
Right. So
Yep.
this week, so I watched my weight actually creep up over the course of 3 days. I was up 5 pounds in 3 days. And I was like, okay, this is where the scale comes in, right? So getting on the scale and having that sort of like the slow trickle. And then there was one day where I gained like 2.2 pounds, and I was like, okay, it is catching up. Like, you're slow your roll.
Mm-hmm.
So that's this week. I'm going to focus more on, do I need this eating opportunity? And sort of really saying to myself, like, do I really need this right now? Or can I, do I need more water? Like really talk to my body and say, like, what are you actually craving right now? Instead of saying yes to all the treats.
It's funny that you say that. I exactly the same. The pumpkin spice. I haven't had any donuts yet, but all the things. And I have been choosing garbage instead of like quality foods, and my weight hasn't changed, so it's not showing up on the scale. Like I'm staying where I normally stay, but it's because I'm probably balancing like a calorie. However, I feel like my face is puffier. I feel like I just feel gross in my clothes. Like my guts just feel I just feel gross. So even if the scale was, you might not feel as good as you possibly could. I was kind of thinking to myself, I might need to do 3-day refresh to get myself back off the sugar. Like if you let me down a little bit, it can train wreck me in a minute. Are you guys the same?
Yes.
Yeah. As soon as I start with the sugar, it just keeps going, which was really like today. It's like as soon as it started, it was just going to keep going.
Yeah.
So I generally have to stay away from it. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, our neighbors brought over ice cream last night because their son had a big soccer game, and our kids were playing in the backyard, and they were like, let's have an impromptu ice cream party. And I'm like, great, I love it. Except I could not stop with the ice cream. It was like, I'll have my own ice cream cone. And then, Hattie didn't finish hers. I'll just finish it for her. Like, then this morning I was so bloated, and I felt so, I was like, oh my God, no more ice cream. Like, can't do the ice cream.
Yeah. Oh, I feel you. I let myself have 3 little muffins, like the lemon poppy seed ones, and then followed it up with chocolate milk. Both things I really cannot eat without a whole lot of consequences. Why? Yeah.
I know.
I feel you. Okay, well, we have to refocus. Okay, so let's talk about intentions this week. So sounds like we're all sort of on the same page with food, and season is playing into that for sure, right? So let's hear your intentions for the week. Let's be really clear about our intentions for the week.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Erin. You start. Yeah.
Okay. So my intention for the week is definitely, do I need this eating opportunity, and focusing on that. And the reason being that I'm traveling this week. So we run our 10K tomorrow. I get on a plane to LA Tuesday morning, and I don't come home until like after midnight Thursday night. I know Friday I'll be super, super tired. So and when I'm traveling, so I've got like some snacks that I'm ready to take with me. I'm debating on taking some snackable veggies, or if I can, there is a Whole Foods kind of near the hotel. This is an area I went to in May, so I kind of know the area a little bit. I may just go and do a quick run through Whole Foods for snackable veggies when I get there. But when you're traveling, it's so hard to resist like the pumpkin spice lattes when you're walking through the, that kind of stuff. So I think what I'm going to say is I'm going to pack my snacks. I'm going to ask myself, do I need this eating opportunity? Focus on water first, veggies most, and then sleep. So those are my intentions for the week. Like, just make it a really a nice, easy, gentle travel week, and not dig into all the treats while I'm doing that.
So might I suggest just a thought to plant in your head? That might be a really good topic of your Insta stories while you travel, how you live the 2B mindset while you work, travel, are away from routines, away from family, all the things that you normally do. That might be a good, couple of days to check in with, that helps me a lot of times if I'm talking about it to somebody, like on stories or posts or whatever, how this is how I'm doing it and it can be done and that kind of thing. Have you thought about the scale? Are you going to take a scale, or are you going to try to find one there, or like how are you going to tackle that?
I think I'm going to just, if there's one in the gym, I'll hop on it when I first get there and then check in. But if there isn't one available to hop on when I first get there, I think it's 3 days. So I'll just weigh on Friday.
Yeah. I was just curious what your thought process was on it. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I came to Michigan, I was stressed about not having a scale.
Yeah. But it's tricky.
Yeah.
I always found with traveling that I always want chocolate, and then I'd end up eating like cupcakes or something if I don't have it. So I started bringing like trail mix that has dark chocolate in it or something, like little pieces, so that you get a little bit of it and don't feel like you're depriving yourself of it, but are still avoiding the major things.
Yeah.
So that's at least been my strategy, because usually by the end of the conferences, especially ones that I've been involved with, I'm like, give me all the chocolate. We need the wine. Like, I need the stuff. So,
so that's funny you say that, because I actually used to be like a sneaky eater when I would travel. So I would be like, I have a little introvert in me, and by the end of a long day at a conference, I would be like, I'll just get room service, or I'll just get something and take it up to my room. And I would end up eating like huge amounts of food over the course of the night, like, oh, I'm going to do all my work and eat a bunch of food, and no one's around, so no one can see me eating this giant plate of fries. And so now my rule actually is that I can't eat in my room unless it's veggies or water.
Oh, that's good.
That's my rule. It's not allowed. It's just not allowed, because I know that I can't be trusted to eat alone in my room.
I love that you know that about yourself, though. That's a really good insight. I can totally relate to certain rules that you have to have for yourself that just are non-negotiable. Like, that's good.
Yep.
That's really good. Cool. All right.
Cool. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to look forward to your travel stories about 2B, because I need all of it in front of my face, so I can see that. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, Carrie, what are you thinking for intentions for you?
So it's going to be a really busy week overall. So I think trying to keep up with figuring out ways to just infuse a little bit more working out, walking, whatever, just a little bit more physical activity. And just refocusing, like, after this weekend of really not being good at all, like, to kind of refocus in and try to figure out, if I'm still having as many cravings as I did this week, like, what am I going to do with that? And just be a little bit more intentional during those pieces.
When do you get your workout done usually?
Kind of all over, usually in the morning. But yeah, no, actually, yeah. Yeah, in the morning. If I get to go for like a walk or something during work, that's more like around lunchtime or something like that,
Mhm.
or whenever I can squeeze it in.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
All right.
Carrie, are you doing any of the Lift 4 workouts now that it's available on Beachbody On Demand, or just the running?
I'm not. No, I wanted to just try to work on just building up more time running, and just some other strength stuff that I do on my own. But
Cool.
definitely in the winter, I think it might make more sense to kind of think about. Because I get a lot of mental health benefits from being out running. So I've been really reluctant to kind of move inside while it's still pretty nice out.
I feel like, Carrie, you can relate to that.
You definitely can. Yeah, definitely. I work out for mental health for sure. Absolutely. And I have like really bad seasonal depression. Terrible. Like it can get really,
Yeah.
really bad. So I have to get up and like drink the Energize, that the yellow stuff I drink, and then I have to work out just to start my brain from not being in a negative space, even though it's just fall so far. Like, so I totally get that. But then I do usually try to be outside and like you, like take a walk on my lunch, or if I'm in front of the computer all day, I'll get up and get outside and just, if it's sunny, like just sit in the sun and meditate or something like that, just for my head. But yeah, totally get it. I'm gonna jump out because my husband's coming in to go to bed. Yeah. So okay. Well, Carrie, I will say that pardon me. In I gotta think, December. Yes, December, Erin and I and like our crew will be leading everybody through our a newer program that's coming out. It's a little bit shorter. It's already out on Beachbody On Demand, but they're adding some things to it, just no cost. Like it's already included in your Beachbody On Demand. It's called Shift Shop Proving Grounds. And it's like a 3-week program, which I'm kind of excited about because Lift is 8 weeks. But that might be something, I'm just kind of planting that seed in your head in December, as the winter months and it's tougher to get outside kind of thing. You might really enjoy that because he is such a good mental motivator, really neat trainer, and really kind of pushes some of those limits for you for the mental health benefits of it too. So just something to think about and kind of watch. We'll be talking about it. I'm sure we'll keep you in the loop, but that I'm kind of excited about. All right. Okay. So I need to state my intentions for the week because if I don't, I will not stick to them. This really helps me too. So my intention for the week is I'm going to track all 7 days, and I'm telling you here and now that if I eat crap, I'm still going to write it down and show you guys. And I'm not going to justify it. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to do it. I just need to, sorry, I'm going to walk around this chair. I need to not skip it because I have been. And it's, like I said, the problem for me is the scale hasn't been impacting the scale, but it's definitely impacting how I feel.
Yeah.
So that's my one intention. I promise I will track every single day. And if I eat crap, I will write it on there too. And I will not justify it, meaning I won't like talk it out in the things. I'm just going to take a picture of it and post it because I tend to like go down that road. And then the other thing is on my days off. So like Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, or however that goes, I am going to get up and move and either go outside or do a yoga video or something like that. There's a possibility if I don't feel like by Tuesday I can knock the sugar issue off that I'm having, I may pick up and just go ahead and do my 3-day refresh that I have here on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I have to do that during the week. The weekend, I'll totally not be able to do it. I will. There's too many temptations. It just will not work for me. So I'm going to decide that by Tuesday. I have everything here and ready if I decide to do it. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. So those are the big things for me. Otherwise, like I have to work like every single night for the rest of the month with shooting because it's fall.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, but oh, wow. Okay. I just got a gift did you see that?
Oh yeah, it's been upgraded.
Yeah, that was weird. Anyway, I also because I'm working so much, I need to stay out of the daycare. So I did 3 hours for her last week, and that was fine. Like I can deal with 3 hours, but I cannot spend my entire day there. And the whole time I was there, I was like, "Is it time to go yet?" So, so I know that that's not a place I should be spending any time. I have a friend, Carrie, that like has a daycare and like needs help in there all the time, and so I've tried to be help, but it does not serve my purpose or any of that. So I need to stay out of there. Final thing, last one. I am going to make sure that I stay caught up on photography editing because that becomes an issue with sleep for me. When when I'm really far behind on editing, I don't sleep, and then that just goes down a really bad road. So those are my 3 things. So tracking no matter what, moving or something outside on the days that I'm able and can to like for the mental piece of it, and moving on the days that it's rest day intentionally, and then making sure that I keep up with editing so that my mental health is intact. So there. Okay, I said it. I feel better. Yeah. All right. So anything else I can do for you guys? Empower you, encourage you, support you? Anything at all?
Not for me. I will pass along though that two things. Someone texted me from this group and said, "Can we start doing Saturday, Sunday like meal prep post and asking people to post about what they're meal prepping?" So you may want to think about doing that, like pre-programming that for Saturday.
To be or lift?
To be.
Okay.
To
yep.
be.
Okay.
Yeah. And then along that lines, I had a great conversation with someone from this group about she was feeling guilty about buying like prepackaged bags of salad and like easy, convenient things. And the things she was listing, I was like, I buy that. Like I get, I totally, get all of those things. So don't feel like, let's not feel guilty. Like we should be using the shortcuts that we can to get some of these veggies most meals in. So like the salad kits from Costco or the like rotisserie chicken. I sent her your post, Carrie, of the rotisserie chicken that's already pulled off the bone. There's no reason for us to feel guilt about that. So we may, want to talk about that this week in this group if people are feeling guilty about that. Because a lot of us do it.
Mm-hmm. I really liked doing the meal planning call last week too, Sunday morning. So we can offer that again. I don't know that it was terribly effective or helpful for everybody. So maybe if we kind of post about that, or if anybody catches this on the replay, like I need to know if that's worth people's time. Like I'll do it. I mean, I'm happy to show up and be here early in the morning on a Sunday to make sure that that gets done. But I want to know that it's something everybody, not everybody, but people want to do. So I don't know. I think people just overthink. I think about this all the time. I think people just tend to overthink that meal planning is really hard or meal prepping is really hard, when it's really just taking pen to paper and figuring out what you want and making a list and getting it and prepping the few things that you can and being done. Because I think I went to my refrigerator. Were you on that call, Erin?
No, I missed it.
Okay, I went to my refrigerator at the end and just pulled out things. I don't even think about it anymore. You know what I mean? Like, here's my celery all cut up. Here's my grapes that are already in the containers. These are the ones I buy from Costco, like the containers I use to put them in. And I use these, and they were like, oh my gosh, that's all so helpful. I think I just take it for granted too, So some of that, yeah. But anyway, I'm still committed to like the recipe I posted today. Like that's something I'm still really committed to making sure that continues. So
yeah, me too. I want to focus on more of that when I get back from LA too. So
cool. Okay. Sounds good. All right, cool. Carrie, it was so good to connect with you and finally interact with
you.
I love it when we
have. Good luck.
What's that?
I was going to say good luck to Erin tomorrow.
Oh, thanks. Carrie's running too in Michigan.
Oh yeah, good luck as well.
I'll actually probably be done before you, but we'll finish and pass the baton off to you, Erin.
Perfect.
I think I have 4 people coming, Erin.
That's awesome.
I think too. I think that's really cool.
So cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, it is really, really cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. Awesome. All right. Well, make it a good week, girls. You can do it.
Thanks.
All right. Bye, guys. Have a good night.
Bye.
Too.